All right, we're back. Nando Rome show. After a week off, we're back. It is a slow summer, so um these on and off episodes will do for now. Um
Yeah, until we get the hang of things schedule wise.
yeah, we got regular lives that we live. Rome's a dad and other things. I'm not a dad, but I other things. But a lot going on. What's up, man?
None, just getting ready to do work again.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get an episode out for everyone this week. Um as we are recording. The U.S. just got eliminated from the Copa. Uh,
What else is new?
well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, they slipped up. Uh, they slipped up, lost to Panama, a team from their own region of the world, and who they play all the time, and yeah, and now they it was left up to them to play their last group match against Uruguay, who's a really good team, and lost 1-0, and Panama beat Bolivia 3-1. So the U.S. had to win the game, and they would have been in, but they couldn't even get one. But yeah, I mean, listen, doesn't matter honestly. Not that that makes it better, but it doesn't matter if you really think
Mm.
about it because this isn't really a normal competition that they're playing in. They were just invited by the South American Soccer Confederation and to play in the tournament because sometimes they do that. They'll invite a random couple teams. So this year they decided to, for this year's edition, they decided to add some of the CONCACAF teams. So that's how the U.S., Mexico, Canada got in. But it's okay. That
Yeah.
tournament meant to be dominated by those guys. So yeah. So we'll see. Anyway, it's enough soccer for now. Eventually, one day there'll be a show where you can get all your soccer. Uh, Rome wants to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Trying to get more people on board, just so with our schedule, so that we can just it can
Yeah.
happen because especially right now would be a great time to start that podcast. Two different world tournaments going on, right when July. Well, actually, I think it starts today. Yeah, it did. I don't know what I'm talking about. July 1st today starts the European transfer window. So that means players are getting bought, changing teams, all that noise. But and then we got the Olympics this year. So there'll be some
Good
soccer
Olympics.
there. Uh and then right into the seasons for basically all the European leagues because MLS plays during the summer and it makes sense because of the climate basically. But I mean, yeah. But uh we'll let you know whenever that comes through.
Yeah.
But right now, we got this. All right. So since the last time we talked, a few things have happened in not only the world of sports, but in the world of, Philly that we like to talk about mostly. A lot of injuries for the Phils. Uh,
Yeah.
Bryce,
Right. Luckily, they're not too serious. They'll be back after the All Star break.
okay. That's still like 3 weeks away. Uh, After the All Star break, I mean.
Oh, maybe they'll be back earlier because they said the ninth.
Well,
Bryce would come back
breaks
the
like
ninth.
the week of the 14. So, but
We'll see.
neither here or there. But Schwarber, Harper went down the same night. Obviously, JT was already out. Is Trey back?
Trey's back.
Okay. All right. Well, he's had a quiet season, obviously.
Lost two, gained one back.
Okay. Yep. That's basically it. Uh, so they've been on a not a slide, but they've been pretty normal recently.
Just
Uh,
plateaued a little bit.
yeah, well, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Every time we talk Phils, I bring in the Yankees. For my part, we're doing the same thing. We've had some injuries as well, and we're kind of flatlining.
Hmm.
Uh, well, not really, but slow beats. Um, basically. But I mean, we split with the Blue Jays, so that was good. We didn't lose the series, and then get who we play next. But either way,
Hmm.
oh, actually, we play the Reds. Maybe we could get some games there.
You
Um,
should be able to.
should be, but never know. Uh, Flyers and NHL free agency started today. There was a ton of stuff going down around the league. There was supposedly, I got this notification that there was supposedly 50 signings in the first hour.
God.
50 signings. I forget. I think it was around, let me see from my source, not sources. Shout out to Brendan who was on it all day today. Um, he supposedly they 1 billion in contracts so far today, and that was around four
That's
o'clock.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
That my buddy Brendan sent that, who was blowing up my hockey group chat with nothing but all these signings because he works from home and he was able to have like Twitter and everything on, I guess, one screen, and then the other thing miss working from home, but not really. Flyers didn't haven't done anything. They weren't projected to do anything. Honestly, the team overachieved last season, and this is a longer process. Uh, I joked that we might see a random signing by the Flyers of Steven Stamkos because
Hmm.
uh, it's a Flyers tradition to sign
Yeah,
like
you got to
lightning
sign an
players
old Lightning's player.
or lightning players when they start their decline. You know, Martin St. Louis, Vinny Lecavalier. You know, let's add another one. Uh, so
Well,
it
Mitchkov
didn't
signed
happen.
his 3 year.
What happened?
Mitchkov,
Uh,
he signed today.
well,
His
okay.
3 year entry level.
Oh, well, so
Hmm.
we can take all the help we can get.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it'll be a process.
It's gonna be a little.
There'll be a puck talk this week. It'll probably air before this airs. Just said though, guys. Uh, get your hockey free agency buzz, all that for you. Uh, NBA free agency started actually on Sunday, and I was not looking forward. I think I brought it up a couple episodes ago. Not wasn't looking forward to the options the Sixers had at all.
Mhm.
Um, there's a lot of people who are excited. I'm a Paul George fan, but I was more of a Paul George fan 10 years ago
Yeah,
when he was
when he was good.
25 or 26, whatever.
Yeah, when Paul
Uh,
George was Paul George.
yeah. This is 10 years later. It's I can't I want to blame the NBA more than I want to blame like the Sixers organization in general, or yeah, I want to blame the NBA more because this is what happened. And I'm not saying it would have turned out good or bad if Hinkie would have got to finish the job, but the NBA forcing Hinkie out because they were embarrassed of what the Sixers were doing with all the purposely losing, as the tanking.
Yeah,
Um,
process.
Putting in somebody in charge of Colangelo's first, and then which they came with a different plan, obviously. Um, and then
Hmm.
they got fired in between, and then it came another thing where Elton Brand was in charge for a couple of years before Maury got here. So you've had since Hinkie, you've had like three different people in charge with completely different visions, and that's where it all went wrong. Uh, like I said, I'm not saying the Hinkie project would have worked.
Hmm.
I don't know that it has. I don't have any proof that it would have. But we're never gonna know if it was gonna work. Uh, honestly. There's teams who are they're not really tanking. There's teams like Oklahoma City who collected picks. And yes,
Hmm.
Oklahoma City was in a different situation because Oklahoma City at one point was competing with Westbrook and Durant and Harden. They were competing for, trying to make it to the championship. And then when they blew that up, they tried again with a different set of people like Paul George and Chris Paul and all that. And then they were still able to get out of that and get a bunch of picks. And look what it's turned out to. Um, but they had a guy who's been in there for a while. His name is Sam Presti. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, we'll never know. I am actually, I um, told Rome beforehand that I'm not happy. I'm not really like too excited like most people are about this signing. Uh,
Yeah.
he was, I guess you could say, the best player out there, obviously, because technically, even though LeBron is available, LeBron's not going anywhere. Uh, the They gave Maxi his extension. That was great. I'm not mad about that. Uh, so far, Kelly Oubre is re-signing, and they
Hmm.
signed Andre Drummond, which means basketball P or whatever Paul Turner is going to either get released or traded. Uh, because
B-ball Paul.
yeah, because he doesn't have a guaranteed contract. Even though I mean it's not guaranteed, it's 8 million, but it's not guaranteed, so they can cut him or put him in some type of trade. Maybe a sign and trade with somebody. But as of right now, I'm not excited. Maybe there's another move. I don't think there is. They don't have anything to give up because
No, just it's
people,
just not exciting.
yeah, the only people on the roster that are there are the ones that I just named, those four people plus Paul. So not much you can move around because obviously you
No.
want those guys in. But yeah, that was Sixers. There's not any Eagles things happening.
No, just a
Uh,
softball game. That's about
the
it.
softball game, yes. Team Smitty against Team Owens, and Team Smitty won like I think it was like 15-2, something like that. I think it was 16-2. It was a lie. It was a blowout. But anyway, speaking of football, for you nerds like I am, I think tomorrow night, um, is it tomorrow? It's somewhere this week. The new version of Hard Knocks premieres. The off-season Hard Knocks premieres. When does it air? Where is it at? Should have been prepared because I'm actually excited about it. But um, it's the off season with the Giants, basically,
Mm.
and that one starts. It won't tell, but it's supposed to start this week. I'm pretty sure.
Let's see.
Premiering July 2nd, so tomorrow. Yeah, I knew that. It's Tuesdays. I should
Oh,
have known.
I just pulled up Max.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. It'll premiere tomorrow night. That'll be exciting for me. That is the first off season Hard Knocks. They're taking advantage of it. Obviously, though, the original Hard Knocks was with the Bears. That'll premiere in August, right before the
Hmm.
season training camp, and then for the first time ever, the in season, which has I think it's like 4 seasons old. The in season one, well, at least through Hard Knocks. The Prime used to do an in season thing that wasn't Hard Knocks. It was something different, and Hard Knocks, I guess, took the idea, or the NFL told them to do it instead of that. Um, so that in season one is with the whole AFC North, which I'm kind of excited about.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because the in season one they usually start them like kind of like after like week 5 or 6, so it's kind of like in the
Hmm.
season when they start it, leading up to like the playoff run. So it's pretty cool because usually towards the end of the year you have the division games and things start to heat up, and especially that division where like it feels like every team has a shot to make the playoffs,
Hmm.
even though they won't. But on paper, all four of those teams are set to to contend. So that'll be something. But yeah, can you tell there's not much going on? Uh,
There's really nothing.
we're talking about Hard Knocks. We got a top five for you this week.
We do.
Uh, something near and dear to my heart.
I just
Uh,
threw something together real quick.
I did too, but it wasn't that hard. But I said that about the movie one, and then like your answers gave me like more to think about
Mm.
because honestly, this was easy because the inner fat boy in me came out when I thought of this topic today, and you know, it was fun.
Oh yeah.
Uh, did I miss anything? I don't have anything
I don't think so. Nothing's sticking out to me of what like actually
happen.
anything good that happened to you.
Not much going on. I mean, you want to talk wrestling, things are heating up there too. But that might be another podcast too. Just throwing it out there. A lot of content.
Yep,
Um,
that stuff in the works here.
a lot of content coming around. A lot of ideas thrown around. A lot of creative thoughts. But yeah, I think well, this weekend coming up, Money in the Bank for WWE. Uh, this actually yesterday. I guess I were recording Monday. Yesterday, AEW had pay per view. Uh,
I'll have to watch that.
yeah, well, it was pretty good. I'm an AEW fan, so there's a little bit of bias. I'm a fan of both, but um, I'm also don't have a bias. I just like wrestling. So I'm not like one of these internet nerds who fight each other for territorial about who's what. Um, but uh, for the people that don't know and are wrestling fans, Ricochet's contract ended today, and the
Oh.
the feeling is that he's going over to AEW. So I was being a little bit of a wrestling mark last night, hoping that because his contract ended, I knew it ended. Well, yesterday during the day, somebody noticed that his picture was no longer on the WWE website. Okay, which
Oh,
got
yeah.
my mind rolling because for some reason, AEW pay per views. This I'm gonna go on this quick rant. AEW pay per views. Uh, Tony Khan, I love you. Thanks for bringing another alternative to what we got, which is always good. Uh, but you need to switch back when the company first started. Used to do most of your pay per views on Saturdays, most of them. Now you only do it when it's like football season. You don't want to compete with NFL or whatever. But you need to do what WWE is doing because they finally switched and do Saturday pay per views. Because brother, unless it's a holiday weekend, I can't be staying up till midnight watching these damn things.
No,
Okay,
it's ridiculous.
as good as they are, struggling to stay up. Miss some. I have to rewatch because I missed some things. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
um, I mean, I watched the full main event because I had it in my head that, and it was a really good main event. That's also why I stayed up. But I had it in my head that 12:01, you were gonna end after 12:01, and then Ricochet could show up. But then technically, you could have a case for tampering, and that's not something
Mm.
they want because if he shows up literally at 12:01 when technically his contract ends, that means they were talking beforehand. So like
Yeah.
classic case of that. You know what they
Yeah.
tried to do to the Eagles,
Yeah,
uh,
exactly.
which they found no proof of,
Yep.
and
No
then
proof at all.
the Falcons were talking to Kirk like 10 months before.
Yeah,
Uh,
so all you Giants fans can suck it.
yeah, so that's what's happening in wrestling. Uh, little recap there. Um, so this week's top five is near and dear to my heart. Uh, because I like food, but also I like going to games. So me and Roman decided to do the top five of basically you could say stadium eats, basically. You want to call it that.
Stadium or tailgate?
I mean, I mean, either way. I was thinking stadium. You got
Well, they're
tailgate.
two different things. They're two different things.
All right. Well, we'll do the tailgate then, because I can come up with one.
Okay.
So you
Oh, I mean,
start
I
since you did tailgate.
all right. Let's see. Number five, you got to go with the classic hot dogs. You got your number five. It's got to be the classic hot dogs. Coming at number five.
Okay.
All right. All right. Now we're gonna get a little better from just your plain Jane stupid hot dogs. At number four, you got your grilled chicken wings. Throw some chicken wings on the grill.
Yeah.
Now coming in at number, what do I have? Three, near and dear to my heart, sausage and peppers. That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And then number, what am I? Oh, coming in at number two, definitely not Pierre's favorite, cheesesteaks, because you know we know how that went down. And then number one, spit side. I know you've had it before. I know you've been to the game when we brought it.
Yeah.
That would be my number one. Not that too many people know what the hell spit side is, but only family usually knows what the spit side is.
All right.
Are
So
you just now writing it all up as I'm
yeah, because I
watching?
had a different one. I thought
I
of a
mean,
different
I
one.
could.
I'm the one who came up with the topic, and I had a different one.
Oh,
I went like things I have at a stadium that I like foods, like my top five foods
I could
inside.
have ran with that too. I could have done that too.
Yeah, well, we'll save that then. Tease it.
All right.
I can do a quick and for me, it's not a food. I mean, kind of is. It's a liquid. Number five has got to be the beer. The beer.
Oh,
Eat
come
that
on,
at the
that's cheap.
tailgate.
All right. I would
Uh,
have put gangrene on there.
it's true, but people might not know what that is. Uh, or they have their own versions of it. It like so because I was thinking of putting sippy sippy, but nobody but our people at D3 would know.
You know what? Yep. Sippy sippy.
Number four for me is burger, a classic one. You know what I mean? Number three, it's a food, but it's not really like the main course. But it's I like when it's around. A little buffalo chicken dip,
Usually when I bring it.
whoever. But yes, your
Yes.
mom makes a good one.
When she makes it, yeah. You
Uh,
gotta stop and pick it up from there.
yes, buffalo chicken dip. Last time I forget who brought it. Last time I went last year, we were on the bus having it. Somebody had warmed it up,
So it was one of those guys. Okay.
killing it. Number two for me are dogs. Obviously, easy, classic, fast. I don't even think we have them enough in our
No.
in our section. I think it's
No.
usually ends up being like a cheesesteak or
It's usually a
lately,
cheesesteak. It all depends on
lately,
if we're eating with the Franzonis. Usually depends on who we're playing.
yeah, lately we've been doing subs, which is not really
But
tailgating,
it's
but we bring it in. But things have changed, but it's okay.
yeah.
Uh, and then number one is cheesesteaks. I'm kind of pandering to the area. I think they're easy to make. Obviously, get
Oh,
that
they're
up.
super easy to make. Do
I
whatever
hate
you
to
want to them
say
too.
it. Easy, get a little steakums. I don't frown on the steakums, but chop them up and then get a little cheese in there. Get your little bread from, you go to your local bakery.
Serpies.
There you go. I went the other day. Shout out to Serbies. If you know, you know. Uh, mom made lasagna and wanted to make uh garlic bread on her own. So she was like,
Ooh, yeah.
let me get
Oh yeah.
can you buy two like loaves? And I was like, all right, I'll stop by because I was on my way already. But
What you do is just get a dozen rolls and you just slice them bitches in half
yeah,
and make that your garlic bread.
she got the big loaf Italian bread. Then
All right.
did that.
No,
Uh, even though like I had a moment where I was in there and in front of me as I'm ordering where they have like the bread like sitting there, I had a moment where I looked down and in front of me on the counter was already like made garlic bread that you just had to like reheat. And I looked at my brother and we were like we both had the same thought when we looked at each other, like, should we just buy this? And and then we
yes.
decided to just get the loaf because mom was set on doing her thing.
You should have walked out there with some tomato pie.
I wanted to, but it was a lot. I think I might go back this weekend, have it for breakfast, have it for, I don't know. I love that thing. I was talking to my brother about it on the way home after. I was like, I love that tomato pie because they also have those things where like the stuff like dough basically. They're
Mm-hmm.
like, and I was like, I gotta come back for one of those, like pepperoni one or all three of them. Because I think it was like
Yeah.
pepperoni, the
There's
pepperoni
there's
one, the
usually a
sausage one,
pepperoni one.
spinach.
There's a spinach one.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think what
So I got
else.
one all
Other ones
three.
they usually have. Yeah.
By the way, plug in Serpies, Serpies, holla at us.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to sponsor anything, but my cravings.
Yes,
Honestly.
exactly.
So yeah, if somebody hears this over there, shout out to them. But yeah, that was that was all we got, man. It's kind of dry. I mean, like I said, I've been watching soccer, so but we'll save that, even though it's not ready yet.
Yeah.
We'll save that for the show where it's just soccer. But the soccer has been good. Uh, Italy got bounced. Sorry, Roman.
Mm.
Uh,
Yep.
their uniforms this year are great. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like Adidas, but Adidas did a pretty good job with most countries
I
um,
like Adidas jerseys.
in the Euros because I like the like Germany's white one looks really good too. The only thing that I don't like is with certain countries like Italy stayed pretty solid to their usual colors home and away. But
Yeah.
there's certain countries that like Germany's away, which I don't think they've had to wear yet. They've worn the all white, which is I like. Germany's away jersey has like some type of mix of like purple and like whatever. It has nothing to me. It has
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do with their colors. So
No.
it's like yeah, and then like Spain has kind of like a highlighter of yellow as their like second thing. So it's not even the same yellow as like the flag, but it is what it is. But good job by Adidas. There, Italy. We couldn't see those a little longer, but
Yeah, but nice.
Italy's had like the. I heard this on a podcast, and it's true. Italy's had like the weirdest like last. I want to say like 6 years.
Yeah, it's
And when it comes to international play, because they missed the World Cup,
yeah, that's weird.
it turned around
That's
and won the Euros,
yeah.
and then like got bounced out. Like so, yeah, it's interesting. But and then over here in America, Copa America, I think honestly, over there the two best teams right now it looks to be Spain and Germany. They face each other this next round, so that's gonna be I think the winner of that's probably gonna win. And then over here in America, the Copa, I think it's gonna be Argentina and possibly Uruguay
Okay.
because I still like Brazil, but they've started out pretty slow, and it's like I don't know. So
Yeah.
they've been stalling. So they've gotten. I think they drew once, and then I think the last game they drew two, or they won, but only like
Okay.
nothing. So it's yeah, they're heating up, but we'll see. But yeah, till next time, guys.
Till next time.
Till next time, make sure you tune in. Share, like, comment, all that. Share with your friends, share with your family, share with strangers. If you like our show and comment and all that.
Just don't follow him into a white van.
Yeah, daddy. Yeah, don't do that. He's right. All right. Peace out, guys.
Peace.